Well, the Chicago Jazz Philharmonic is marking Black History Month with a concert inspired by a Chicago documentary. When the West Side Burn tells the story of the 1968 uprising that followed the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Chicagoans dealing with grief, outrage, and frustration took their emotions to the streets in the form of riots, looting, and arson. Most of this happened on the city's west side. 11 people died and dozens of buildings were destroyed. Here's a look at the trailer.
All I could see was fire.
After a decade of white flight and disinvestment, the once vibrant West Side was in crisis.
It just came over the radar Martin Luther King had been assassinated.
You knew something was about to happen. People who had pent-up frustration were letting it out.
It did look like a war zone. They chose brutality, and we chose to rebel.
Stunning images. Joining us now are documentary producer Dan Andries and Orbert Davis, artistic director for the Chicago Jazz Philharmonic. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
So glad to be here. Thanks.
Our pleasure.
Dan, let's start with you. Why did you want to tell this story of this 1968 uprising?
So I work for public television, WTTW. This is a series we have called Chicago Stories. And my head of production came to me one day and said, you know, there's a woman I want you to talk to. She might have something we can deal with here. That might be a good story. And I called a woman named Mary Pat Kelly, who was a West Sider. And she described the story of what happened to her and her family the day that things went crazy after King's assassination. She was coming home from school. She usually walked home, but it was too dangerous. And she was attacked. And she's a white woman. And I went to Shelley, who's black, and I said, I think this could be extraordinary. We got to find everybody. 18 people who were there on the scene, part of this, and I think the word you used was the most important word, which is grief and despair. And what we did was make a documentary that really talks about the black experience on the West Side, what it was like after World War II, and what happened during the 60s that led up to this. The key thing is Dr. King was living on the West Side in 1966, trying to open up housing and other things. So he was here for social justice, and the fact that we could call him a Chicagoan for that time, very powerful thing. So that was why I wanted to make it.
Orbert, I understand that you created the score for the documentary, which is going to be shown on Saturday on the West Side in Austin. We'll talk more about that event in just a second. But what did you want to do? What did you think was important when you were sitting down and wrestling with all of the emotions of that time?
The music sets the tone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually connecting to the feeling. So we can see it, we can hear it, but the music is what takes it to our heart. And so that's why I love working with Dan and doing documentaries, because it's music that people may not remember in terms of melodic content, but it's very emotional, and it draws the listener in, but also gives hope at the end.
I was going to say, was it difficult for you to have to draw on those often very painful emotions of what happened then?
No.
No, okay.
I'll be honest. Well, I mean, I'm a jazz musician, a classical composer, so I have a whole spectrum of emotions to draw from.
Of life experience, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, gentlemen, let's get to the event on Saturday. This is such an exciting combination of a film screening, a panel, and also a performance, Orbert, by yourself and others. So talk about what people can experience when they head out on Saturday.
So the documentary will be screened at the center, the Caron Center for the Arts in Austin at 4 p.m. Then there'll be a lot of food vendors, because you'll be hungry after that. It's an hour-long doc. And then around 6, we're going to have a community conversation on the stage that I'll be part of, and people who are part of the documentary and people who are doing work on the West Side now, because it's still the West Side. Right. We'll be part of it. Orbert will be part of it, and then Orbert, the good stuff happens.
Yes,
really good stuff happens.
We take the stage, and you can think of it as a jazz opera. That there's 2 acts, before King, when King was in Chicago, and then his death, and then the result of the community. But I didn't want to draw as much emphasis into the negative side of even looking at it as a crime, as much as you said, grief and despair. So it's something that's been building up for a long time, and then there was just simply an explosion of feelings. So the musicians are the core members of Chicago Jazz Philharmonic, which is the rhythm section, and our concert master, and our assistant artistic director is playing viola. And Chicago Jazz Philharmonic is usually a 65-piece orchestra, where you see it and you think it's a classical symphony, but at the core, it is jazz.
Dan, Orbert, thank you so much for your time. And we are going to show you some of the details about this event that is happening again on Saturday. So you can watch When the West Side Burned on WTTW.com as part of Chicago Stories. The screening, conversation, and concert is this Saturday at the Carrion Center for the Arts in Chicago's Austin neighborhood. Check it out. But before we go, Orbert, you're actually going to give us a little sneak peek right now, so you've got your trumpet,
sure, right.
We are ready to hear it. Thank you.